Mm, mm. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Xah Talk Show. Today is For the Record of Humanity. Today is April 12th, 2020. The day of the bat death. Am I alive? Check. So, guys, say something. So, let me begin by, I guess I'm alive. So, let me begin by starting the mod. And here we have Emily colors. In this window, you will see all my Emacs commands. For your use. So what we're gonna talk about today? We're gonna talk about tons of topics. We haven't been doing a stuff like talk show for 2 or 3 months. So today I have several topics prepared. This is gonna be a long one. So mostly I'm gonna tell you about my website updates, what I have been doing to my websites, and we're gonna talk about the bat death. The bat death. That's the pandemic, as they say. Thousands of dead. Okay, so let me check. So, do you guys have questions? The bat death. Yeah, the day of the bat death. And Emily, and I'm gonna tell you guys about Emily's novel keyboard layout. Among the Discord, XahTV Discord, if you haven't been already, join XahTV Discord. This is my XahTV fan club, so to speak, and you go there and you meet all sort of people, all different opinions, great diversity. And we have Captain Alan, the artist, the in-house artist. And I'm gonna show you some of his drawings, and he's also doing 3D modeling and stuff. So Emily's got she's the most technical person in our group, and she has done lots of things. We have done talk shows about her stuff, and she has a new keyboard layout design. Now there are tons of keyboard layouts, out there. These geeks and nerds, they all want to design the ultimate layout, but they are all the same, all the fucking same. They claim to be better than Vorak. So you have Comac, then you have Walkman, then you have Norman layout, then you have a bunch of others. So you go to, just go search XahTV keyboard layout, and you'll see a bunch of them, and the pros and cons of them. One of the earliest, of course, you have QWERTY, then you have Vorak layout, then you have one of the earliest, other than that, is the Motron layout, which is quite different than QWERTY and Vorak. But then you have, Comac and Norman and Walkman and a bunch of others, like tons of these nerds, these ineffectual nerds. They are obsessed about the ultimate layout. But however, they are all the same. There's no novelty, no creativity. These idiots, these Linux fanatics, these nerds, no creativity. But this one by Emily has creativity. It's different from the others. So let me start talking about her layout. Okay, let me show you. So you join Discord. The Discord invitation link is, just search for XahTV Discord. Okay, my name XahTV, and you'll find it. Now let me show you. Okay, so why is her keyboard layout novel different? How is it different? Let me tell you. So she is the most technical person here, and she has God, why is this so slow? She has okay, wait, hold on a second. Let me check. Am I doing okay? Oh, long live Xah. Thank you, Alan, for the super chat. This Google's thing, super chat, that makes me money and makes Google money. So let me pop this out. Well, actually, let's not pop this out. So thank you, Alan, for that. So Alan, you got a spot for question of the century, and I'm gonna answer that. Okay. And okay. So let me see what else is going on. Lots of things I cannot read. You get old, my eyes cannot read, so I have to read slowly and magnify. But let me show you. Let me get back to Emily's layout. Look there. So she has, she's also a programmer. She has written, she's doing Erlang these days. Erlang, the functional programming language Erlang with massive parallelism and practical too. Unlike, for example, the closure fuck and the Haskell fuck. Erlang is used since like 20 years ago in telecom communication, in Ericsson or something, you know, uh, for massive parallel computation, and they have novel ideas. Erlang, I never learned it myself. But anyway, Emily is coding Erlang now. So she has a program that's written in Erlang that computes. I think it's generic algorithm, or is it not, Emily? So Emily, you have to answer questions online. So what is the methodology you use in your program? So anyway, her program, she wrote this program to find out what is the most efficient keyboard layout. Now, a lot of people has written these sort of programs. There's quite a few, but Emily's is a bit different from theirs, because theirs, they are people written in Perl, in C, evolutionary algorithms doing that. So anyway, the goal is to find the optimal arrangement of the keys, but hers is different in that, you see, normally when you have a keyboard, you have home row, right? You assume that your home row is that's your home row fingers, 4 keys on the left, ASDF for the QWERTY, and JKL semicolon, the idiotic QWERTY layout. That's Alan's favorite Alan's QWERTY theory sophistry. Okay, so anyway, so you have home rows. That's a concept, because these home row keys are the most, your finger sits there. Wait, let me check if I'm still talking good. Okay, I am. So anyway, so back to Emily's layout. So that's a home row. But however, Emily's layout, she does not use the concept of normal home row keys. If you look at this image, let's see if you can see it. You can see it, right? You guys can see it, right? So if you look at this image, let's magnify it. Let's see a glorious version. Well, that's not too glorious. Okay, so anyway. So if you look at Emily's keyboard layout, you see that her home row is not the normal row. Rather, it's like, how shall I explain? Her diagram is confusing. Nevertheless, I want to complain, Emily. Her diagram is confusing. You look at the coloring; it doesn't mean anything. What's this blob of yellow and green? Doesn't make sense. Okay, but anyway, her home row is like 2 keys here on top row, and 2 keys here on second row, something like that. 2 keys here on the third row, and 2 keys on the bottom row. So the thumb are actually on the home row. So it's kind of, so you look at these 3 fingers, the eager claw. So that's kind of her home row. So it's not just row. It's like that. So she write a program to optimize the layout, with that particular home row. So this is quite novel. This is different. I have seen opinions who, this, I don't believe it. There are people who says that the home row should not be, on a row, because they say, when they rest their fingers on the keyboard, on a normal PC keyboard, the middle finger is typically resting on the top row, not the middle. So some people say, therefore, anyway, that yeah, they have, some people say that, but typically they are not. This idea is not detailed out. But Emily, however, went in deep depth, and she's creating this layout. So her program is still working, still creating the most efficient layout for her. But that's not something I would do. I want to make a complaint. But you see, this it's a good idea. It's a great alternative layout idea. Okay, so let me, so if you have questions to me, put my name it so I can see. Okay, so let's see what Emily say. So Emily says, each color represents the keys that each finger presses. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so the thumb, I think the thumb is overused. You're gonna wreck your thumb. And oh my god, look at the middle fingers. Middle finger is underused, only 2 keys. And the index finger is 4 keys. Yeah, the thumb, I think the thumb is overused. Yeah, so Alan says you need to recognize people of color. Like myself, I recognize myself. How do I follow Discord? You just go to my website, XahTV.info. There's a link. Just search for XahTV Discord. You'll find a link and click and you follow. So anyway, so Emily has, so this is great idea, and she created. But however, I don't think it's practical, because if you are really concerned about efficiency of fingering or layout, first of all, what you should do is you should ditch the PC keyboards. Throw them away. This is crap, garbage. So let me show you the keyboard. Emily loves them. Emily, her favorite keyboard is the Happy Hacking keyboard. Every nerd's favorite keyboard, the Happy Hacking keyboard. So we have this typical PC, IBM PC formation, the layout form factor. So this is a typical, keyboard design, and that's no good. It came from typewriters, and it's not ergonomic. Okay, so if you went to this degree of concern about ergonomics and efficiency, I think first of all, the first thing you should do is throw these keys, this PC idiotic keyboard away. You want things like this, Kinesis. Okay, let me show you. Now I have to show off my Kinesis. So how long have I been talking? 8 o'clock and 15 minutes. Okay, so I've been talking for 15 minutes. So turn on the light. Let there be light, and there is light. God, I'm so powerful. Something like that. Anyway, lousy camera. So this, you see this Kinesis layout. You go to my website and buy it right away. Let's see if I can make it big. Whoops, it doesn't work. I have to adjust it. Nah, let's not do it. So anyway, so this Kinesis, okay. Now, Kinesis, and you want, turn that off. And I gotta turn off that light. Okay, so I was saying, the PC keyboards are no good. You want you want things like this, that actually redesign the keyboard, such as this and that and that and that one and this one and that one and Ergodox, okay, and truly ergonomic Cleave keyboard. This is coming out, and they have novel key switch designs, optical key switch and analog key switch and Motron. So anyway, so you have that's what I'm saying. So if you so the PC keyboard is no good. I mean, so that is my opinion. It does not, that is assuming you really want to push efficiency to the utmost degree. I think you should throw away this PC keyboard layout. But she that's not. Each person has different goals. I guess that's not her goal. She said she just wants this for herself. Okay, that's about Emily's keyboard layout. Oh my god, we spent 20 minutes talking about that. Let's go to the next topic, shall we? Let's see. Let me check the comments. Anything else? Alan, what's wrong with typewriters? Yeah. Desu. What do you think about chorded keyboards? Chorded keyboard is great, but not what you think. Okay, chorded keyboard. Okay, we talked about this a few times. Chorded keyboard. Let me show you the chorded keyboards. Okay, so one of the best chorded keyboard is the stenotype machine. That's this thing. You press multiple keys at the same time. Now this is a true chorded keyboard, meaning that the order of which the keys you press, suppose you press 4 keys at the same time. Okay, you press that. Now a true chorded keyboard, you have to, it does not matter which key you hit first, as long as they are all hit. That's one chord. This is different from the chords on the idiotic PC keyboard, like Control Alt Shift, then T, then you release T, then you release that modifier. That's idiotic, the extreme idiocy of the shift mechanism from the mechanical typewriters. That's the way they are, because it's from mechanical typewriters. You have the key named Shift key. Why is it named Shift key? Because it shifts the gears. So you press and hold the Shift key. It shifts the mechanisms underneath the hammers and elaborate things, and then they strike different letters. That's why it's Shift. Then when the computer keyboard came, they started to emulate the Shift key. That's what happens. Habit, habit doesn't go away. Habit is the killer of innovation. Habit will go away when you die, and your children will not follow your steps. They will innovate. So innovation in general goes by generations, except the millennial generation, the most idiotic, regressive generation. That's the millennials. Okay. Okay, chorded keyboard. So this is a true chorded keyboard. Now there are many people, this steno. Let me tell you about it. Okay, I'm gonna rant non-stop. This idiot steno with PC keyboard. This what's the name? What's the name? Plover. Yeah, Plover. The idiotic Plover nerds. These unthinking people. There are many keyboard enthusiasts, keyboard fanatics, and they buy this PC keyboard. They buy this one called what's that one called? The one typically used with steno. I'm not going to go into it. It's on my website. You go to my website. So anyway, Okay, let me get focused. Okay, so chord keyboard is great, and another chord keyboard is the piano key. The piano is a true chorded keyboard. Okay, and there is this girl, not her, but there's this girl who did research for her PhD or master's degree, who created the piano text system that allows you to use a piano keyboard to type text, and you actually have a system, and it's pretty efficient. Okay, so these are examples of chorded keyboard. Okay, and also this one, but this one is idiotic. Okay, so let me show you some other. So this one is also fantastic. Michelin chorded keyboard, fantastic chorded keyboard. Okay, you want to talk about chorded keyboard? These are chorded, true real chorded keyboards, not the Control Alt Meta Super fuck the Linux fuckheads and Emacs idiots. Okay, these are so what's the difference? Why are they different? First of all, you see on a PC keyboard, that Control Meta Alt, you have to, the order matters. You have to hold the modifier, then press the key, then release the modifier. That's no good. That's not like piano or steno. Okay, that's entirely different thing. It's not the same thing. Okay, these idiots, the keyboard nerds, idiots. Let me show you what's the other one. Okay, that Plover and this thing. The Planck, this the most idiotic keyboard on earth. And you have tons of fanatics loving this Planck keyboard. Tons, one thousands of them, one gigabytes of people loving this Planck idiocy. And they say, "Oh, I'm gonna use this for Plover." Oh, stand on my ass. These people don't know what they don't have a brain. Okay, so you want the real chorded keyboard. Okay, so steno machine. This good, efficient. Yes, much faster than what you can do on a PC keyboard. Piano system. Okay, piano text and others. That's good. Okay, or this Michelin chorded keyboard. Then you have some abominations such as let me show you. Okay, this bat keyboard and this frog pad and this data hand and this Georgie and this Guinea. Okay, I'm not going to flame Georgie and Guinea because this guy is very nice. He sent me one. Let me show you. But because of the coronavirus, the COVID-19 bat death crisis, so I haven't had time to look into. You see, so there it is. This is my Georgie keyboard, two of them. You see, so I haven't had time to program them. You need to program them. You need to program them via this open source QMK software, which is very complex. I have to spend hours to read about how do I do this, program it. I want it to become a programmable keypad to type key markers. But anyway, so back to the chorded keyboard. So you have these kind of abominations. So why are they no good? Yeah, why are they no good? Let me tell you. Okay, why? Okay. Now you look at these. Okay, so let me show you several. So you have this bat chording keyboard. Okay, this is pretty old, 1986. Then you have frog pad. This came out in around 19 year 2000 or something. I have the date here somewhere. 2008. Okay, so the frog pad came out in 2008. This is a chorded keyboard, pretty small. And then you have data hand. Now this is an entirely different one. Okay, but anyway, you have the data hand. Then you have Georgie. Okay, so these are supposedly coding keyboards, but not really. Okay, they are not. They are not coding shit. Yeah, they are not coding. Well, they are coding, but so why look at these real coding keyboards? You see, each of these key is 3-4 times bigger than a normal PC keyboard keys. Why? Because that's how it suits your hands. That's the way your hands are. That's how they are invented. Coding, you know, and same for piano, same for the Michelin coded system. Okay, it's different. It matters. Okay, it matters. For example, a car. Okay, so you have a car, right? You have tires. Now you don't change your car into the bicycle's tire. Bicycle's wheels are also tires. You don't use that because it doesn't work. Okay, it's different. Yeah, they are all tires. They are all wheels, but it's different. Same thing with keyboards. You don't use you don't emulate a coding machine by some idiotic keyboard keys. But anyway, so for example, some of them you cannot blame it because we are doing retro analysis. This history. So this bad coding keyboard when this began at 1986, there's not it's reasonable. They have the idea of coding and they have these little keys. But this one, the fog part, you could say it's reasonable because the goal of it is so that you have this tiny thing that allows you to type. That's the reason of the existence. But in general, so what my point is that if you are starting to get into keyboards, okay, and you want to get deep into details, you don't want to say, oh look, look at that plank, this normal PC keyboard. Oh look, I can make this into a coded keyboard. Oh, now it's fantastic. No, it's not. Okay. And in fact, if you use this the plank keyboard for steno, you're gonna have RSI. You're gonna have RSI. You're gonna have hand pen faster than otherwise. Okay, that concludes my rant about coding keyboards. Okay, how long have I been talking? Now I haven't done. I have quite a lot of other topics, but I guess we have not. So I talked for 30 minutes. So let me look at the comments. So what else, guys? Shit, am I still alive? What about data hand? Okay, let's talk about data hand. Hi guys. So data hand, I don't have it. It's a novel design. It's a good, it's a novel design. It's a new design. New novel design is good in that they explore possibilities. And the way you use this is that you, and by the way, okay, there's a do-it-yourself version. Look at this thing. There's a do-it-yourself version. Okay. Now the way this works is that let me show you. Okay, you see this data. You see those holes. You see these 4 holes. You dip your fingers into those holes. Okay, and then you nudge. You move your fingers up and down to press the walls of the hole, and or left right. So that's how you do it. You use these combinatorial combinations to type, and of course you have to learn it. You have to your pointing finger, like you have to push up. Your middle finger, maybe you have to push left, and your ring finger have to push right. So it's like up, left, right. It's like it's gonna fuck up your hands. That's what it does. That is my opinion. That is my analysis of this data hand. I don't think I like it, and I don't think it's if I actually have this and I learn it, it might change my mind, but I don't think so. Just by my just I feel I don't think this is a good design. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. So, okay, so I know, but what are your thoughts? Okay, that's my thoughts. So Emily says, "Oh my God, I want to get a data hand." Yeah, Emily does. I know she does. Never been able to find one. Very expensive. When they were on sale, it's like $4,000. $4,000, I think. Um, okay, Papa Moon. Now, Papa Moon, you are Lunarius, right? Are you right? If I remember correctly. Okay, so maybe that's it for today. How long have I been talking? Let's see, how long? So, okay, let's talk for 20 more minutes. Let's see what comments you guys have, and maybe I can answer them. Comments, okay? Type comments. Now, my computer is kind of slow. Stop that. Okay, comments and questions. Okay, so let me check the comments a bit, then let's move on to the next topic. Maybe we talk about coronavirus, the bad death. That's so serious. Actually, so every time I started to do a live stream, I have so many things and to talk about, and we end up for each topic, it ends up like 20 minutes. So we didn't even cover much. Okay, so originally, let's see today's talk show. So we didn't even do Emacs. Yeah. So we're gonna have, okay, let me start to cover what I want to say. So I have a new Emacs tutorial, guys. In the past 4 months, I haven't been doing a video for like 3 months because I had a family crisis. My mom died in January. Okay, my mom died, and there's problem. Okay, so I had tremendous stress, but then the coronavirus, the COVID-19, the bat death, the Wuhan virus happened. And that's another a big problem. So that's why I haven't been doing videos, live streams for 3 months now. But about a month ago, I started to work on my website again. So let me show you what I have done. So yeah, let me just. So you go to my Emacs tutorial. Just search for XahTV Emacs. If you are watching me, you probably know about my website, so I don't need to tell you the links. It's all over. You can find it from my YouTube. You find one link, and that link will link to all the others. So my Emacs tutorial, now they have a streamlined navigation bar on the left. You can see. So you go to the home page, XAH Emacs website. You can start on any one of these Emacs tutorial and or Emacs init tutorials, all about init file, what they are, what's major mod, what is the concept of minor mod, and what is the customized command, the graphical user interface customized command. How do you use that? How do you organize init files? How do you byte compile init files, and what does it mean? What's a hook? Things like that. So you have Emacs tutorial that teach you everything you need to know about Emacs. Fantastic, endless scrolling. On my Emacs tutorial, there are a total about, I think, 400 or 500 pages. So it's actually more extensive than any Emacs books on earth. Okay, any of them, historically or even online. It doesn't matter, it's printed on paper or online. My Emacs tutorial is the most comprehensive tutorial out there, except the GNU Emacs manual and the GNU Emacs Lisp manual. The manuals are, of course, the official, but the manuals are hard to read and incomprehensible. Anyway, so you have Emacs tutorial section, Emacs init section, Emacs keys section. In Emacs, everything is about keys. Okay, so Emacs keys, everything you need to know. Keyboard, how do you define keys? What's the syntax of Emacs keys? How do you change keys in major mod? How do you change keys in minor mod, and so on, and so many of them. Super, what's hyper? How do you define them? How do you define key sequences? How do you define the menu key? There's this menu key. This menu key, by the way, is invented by Microsoft in 1993 from their Microsoft Natural Ergonomic keyboard. The menu key. Okay, so you have the Emacs keys section. You have Emacs Lisp section. This is a great and fantastic introduction to Emacs Lisp. Essentially, my Emacs Lisp tutorial is the only one out there. Basically, the only one that is comprehensive. Then you have Emacs Lisp examples. You have tons of Emacs Lisp code examples. For example, let me show you uppercase sentences. This does quite a lot of things. Title case, many. Then you have a section on how to write a major mod. So you read this, and in 10 minutes you will have your own Emacs Lisp major mod for your own purposes. So if you like it, buy it. Okay, put money in my pocket. That would be good. Okay, so that is my Emacs tutorial. So the navigation bar on the left, now it's like easy to the structure is more intuitive, the structure, the navigation panels. And in the same way I've done for my JavaScript in-depth tutorial. So you have JavaScript in depth, so you can see 1 page down, 2 page down, 3, 4, 5. So many things on the left. So that's JavaScript in depth. And even if you are a JavaScript beginner, you can learn from this section. JavaScript basics. Okay, so basics, operators, true and false, and so on. Then you have JavaScript object reference section. Okay, so this is a pretty much complete JavaScript reference, better than the Mozilla's MDN. Okay, in many ways it's better, but actually I cannot compete with them because they are so many resources. Okay, so you have the reference section and DOM section. So anyway, so I did this new navigation panel. So it's all in all, there are like 200, maybe 100 to 200 pages. And also, then I have HTML tutorials. Then I have CSS tutorials. So anyway, if you like them, buy it. Okay, buy it. Links right there. So let me go back to. So let me see if I am going. What else to talk about? MathCube. So what do you think is better, Tech or XBows? XBows. That question. Okay, so let me answer that question. So okay, I feel too sorry for the small guys. I found it. Stella, have you ever used your Georgie Steno for all keyboard? No, I haven't had time to look into that yet. Brought to you by Werewolf Video Gaming. Hi Xah. Hi guys. Hi. I thought no one uses the menu key. Oh, the menu key. You should read about the menu key on my website. I have at least 2 pages about the menu key. That key is actually very useful. Make use of it. Just search for Xah menu key. Okay, you'll find my webpage. Okay, so there's a question. What do I think of tech versus? Let's talk about that. Tech, truly, let me tell you what they are. So, tech keyboard is a keyboard called truly ergonomic keyboard. Okay, so it's here, and maybe that's it for today. So because it seems like unless you guys comment, okay, comment more, and we have more stuff to talk about. So okay, so this is the truly ergonomic keyboard. Now this is a newer version. Okay, I'm not sure they are already on sale or not, but anyway, probably. Yeah, I think they are on sale already. So this is a truly ergonomic keyboard. I don't have this version, but I have the older version. Now the older version looks like that. It's no longer available. So if you want to buy, you have to buy the new version. Now the older version I've used, of course, I've used this older version for like 4 years. It's very good, okay, except it's flat, it's not tinted. Now tinting is important if you actually sit in front of a computer for like 5 hours a day. Then you want to tint it, so you don't want, you want your hands like that instead of that, because I used the truly ergonomic for 5 years, and I started to feel pain. I forgot where, but anyway, what happens is that if you put your hands like that on the desk every day for, even if you are not typing, just put your hands like that for 5 hours a day. After several months, after a year, you're gonna have problems. Okay, so how do I know? Because it happened to me. How do I know? Because when I twist my hands like that, it feels comfort. It feels comfort right away. Like even right now. So that's what happens when you are like your hands are pronated for too long. So, but of course, not everyone sitting in front of a computer literally for 5 hours a day. Another thing is that you actually have to measure it, like statistically. Not, oh, I'm a programmer, I sit in front of a computer 8 hours a day. And that's not true. Actually, you go to lunch, you go to meetings, you drive to work, you go to the bathroom, then you chat to people on the in company. The actual time you sit down in front of a computer is only 1 fucking hours. Okay, you idiotic people. Okay, so measure it. Okay, so but for me, I actually, because I don't go out, I don't work at, I actually sit for in front of a computer for like for like what was it, um 13 hours a day, literally for like 10 years. So I had RSI problems. So that's when whether these flat ones are okay for you or not. Okay, so but I haven't used the truly ergonomic, the new version. The new version is definitely better than the old version because you got more keys and you got more thumb keys. It's definitely better. It's also better because it got a optical switch, new technology. So that's about truly ergonomic Cleave keyboard. Now the XBows keyboard, again, they have a new version. Okay, this is their new version. Now I have the old version. This is the old version. I don't have it with me. It's in my old apartment. Otherwise I can show you. So this I have. It's very good, very, very good. Actually, I like it very much. I don't use it because when they send it to me, it was not the final product, and at that time they don't have the programmable software, the drivers to go with it, so I cannot remap keys. Because I type on Vorak, and for this keyboard, remapping keys is important because they have several duplicated keys. For example, enter is here and also here. Actually, you need to see a bigger picture, so let me show you. Okay, so you can see enter is here and also here. Control is here and also on the left and also on the right. So 3 control keys, 2 enter keys, and 2 alt keys. And so you have kind of lots of wasted keys. So you want to remap them, but when I have this keyboard, I don't have the software is not ready. By the time they have the software, it's the firmware is different from mine, so I cannot use it. So I didn't use this. I only used this keyboard for a month. Um, but it's very good. Okay, I can trust me. It's I like it very much. So which one is better between this one or the truly ergonomic key? And by the way, they have a new version, XBows Night. Okay, so obviously the Night version is even lots of improvements, but the layout didn't change. The layout is basically the same. So anyway, which one is better? Is this one better or the new truly ergonomic Cleave? I'm not sure, because you really have to have this keyboard in order to tell. From just by pure analysis, I wouldn't give an opinion. I couldn't say which one is definitely better unless I actually have this keyboard. Okay, so maybe that's it for today. So what else? Anything else? So coronavirus. Yeah, let's talk about corona. Good morning, George. Okay, so let me go back to the let's go back to let's go back to the let's go back to the Xah Talk Show, Talk. And I think we're gonna shut down. Okay, so I've been talking basically for close to 4 hours now. Let's see. Okay, so this is a new setup for me, so you can see my face. So what's the topic? Oh, coronavirus. Yeah, the coronavirus is quite interesting because all of a sudden in the world, we have, in a short span of 1 month or 3 months, we have this giant crisis around the world, and with right now 20,000 people dead. The Wuhan virus. And there's quite a lot to talk about that, because there's a lot of political issues, because these right-wing white Americans, they started to, they want to call this Chinese virus. That's okay, but they basically they have a hatred. They started to hate Chinese or China. That's a different concept, but however, it's a bit complicated because it's related. Maybe we'll get into that. But anyway, so look at the current status. So we have worldwide, we have 1 million and 800,000 people who have the virus, and worldwide we have 114,000 people dead. 114,000 people dead. And in USA is incredible. It's growing and growing. Right now it's 559,000 cases in USA. The second country, Spain, is only 166. So USA is like 2 times, 3 times fucking USA more severe than the other countries. And when this happened in China back in January, February, the U.S. Americans, then the Americans, the left wing and right wing party fighting every day. They are making fun of oh, look at China, it's not important, flu is more important. All the major media, the corporations, New York fucking Times, they are saying clickbait. They're doing clickbait every day. So, but then on YouTube, you have fake news like people dropping dead. China, in China. Oh, look, Chinese people. They, Then you have videos of people sealing doors. The police sealing doors and things like that. Then now it happens in USA. It's far more serious. The China is only look 82,000 back then. Just like 2 months ago, it was a crisis. Look, 80,000 people, but now in USA alone, you have 559,000, and it's not going away. It's not going away. Okay, it's like in the past few days, I look every day. It's like 10,000, 20,000 people every day more. So USA is 559,000, and Spain, the second most country right now, is 166. Then you have Italy, 156,000. Germany, 127,000. That's so basically all the Europe. Spain, Italy, Germany, France, and United Kingdom. Kingdom or not, doesn't help. Helpless. 84,000 people, and United Kingdom have 10,000 people dead. So it's so all of a sudden, this in 3 months, despite it, we are kind of helpless. All the people in the world, all the sciences, all the technology, artificial intelligence, cryptocurrency doesn't help. Artificial intelligence doesn't help. Google satellite, Google this and that doesn't help. So it's quite amazing. So this means, so one interesting observation about this is that you can see that bioweapon is very real. Okay, it's very real. Some country can easily create a bioweapon that wipe out the entire human animals on the earth, on the planet. We can see that it's kind of it's very real. So that's one thing. The other thing is that I observed is that the future is rather unpredictable. Okay, the future, what will happen in future, like we don't know this would happen. Nobody knows, and it just happens. So before we were thinking about artificial intelligence, robotics, cryptocurrency, how society will change, how they will change society, what's the future will be like in 10 years. Maybe we will reach singularity, things like that. But now, all of a sudden, in 3 months, we have this virus out of control, and we don't really know what will happen. So what this means is that the future is truly not predictable. Unlike there is this guy, this academic fox, this Steve Pinky, something like that. This famous linguistics. I think he's a linguist, linguist or psychologist, linguist, I think. So he kept saying what he's found of saying that, oh look, actually the world is better according, if you look at statistics, the crime rates are down, the democracy is more democracy around the world, the wealth of people is more wealthy, less poor, and things like that. He's fond of saying that because right now the American politics, the left wing and the right wing, the social justice fuckheads versus the God believers, they fight every day. Then comes out the Steve Pink guy saying, oh, actually don't worry, you worry too much only because you read Twitter too much, because statistically actually the world is a better place. Look at the statistics, the crime rate is down and so on. He's fond of saying that. Yeah. Well, that's kind of true, but that does not mean the world is gonna be good. It doesn't mean we don't have to worry. Okay, this coronavirus is a good example. Why does this happen? Because future is not predictable. have chaos theory. You have in dynamical systems in mathematics. You have these situations. You don't know what will happen, and the coronavirus is an example. So that's what I want to say about that. There's quite a lot to talk about that about this virus, of course. From there is political issues, then there's conspiracy issues, then too many things. Okay, let's go back, and maybe that's it for today. Let's go back to my YouTube. Okay, and maybe that's it for today. We have actually quite a few other topics. I wanted to show Alan's artwork, which I didn't. Let's show that quickly, okay? Because it's fun. XAR Discord artwork. Okay. So let me go back to live. UK GAN. So MathCube says, I heard for the XBows keyboard that you overreach for 6-7 keys on the number row since the columns have space between them. Yeah, it is true. On the XBows keyboard, the keys 6 and 5, not 6, 7, 5 and 6. I kind of have to reach, but you get to use it. You get used to it quickly, so it's not a thing to worry. I am from UK. Even our Prime Minister caught it by following wrong advice. Yeah, the Johnson, right? His name what's his name? Johnson, right? He's an extremely ugly guy. For some reason. Hey, good morning, good evening. Break the loop. Okay, I think I'm about to end, unless you guys have questions. So ask questions. Yeah, we did a talk for 1 hour now. Any questions? Any comments? Questions? That's it for today. So coronavirus, it's good time to do live stream, because even I get bored. With this shelter in, stay at home order from the government, that we are, well, it's a good thing I'm happy with it. UK GAN, what are you happy with, Emily? Are you going to spend your $1,200 on new keyboard? Yeah, that's a government money. I'm not even sure I'm going to get it, because I have not been paying taxes for over 10 years, so I'm not sure I'm going to get that money. Things might change though, because now there's some change happened. So yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm not sure I'll get that money. So Dale Carnage. So is that your real name, Dale Carnage? Because there is a extremely popular marketing book by the guy named Dale Carnage. Thank you, George. Thank you, George, from Australia, for $8. Okay, so any other questions? So George Hart's analysis came up with a number around 8,000 bits of information stored in the genome for SARS-CoV-19. Not terribly hard to make or modify an existing virus for a nation state level entry. I don't know. When during this crisis, whenever a crisis happens, you have quite a few number of people who are crazy, who panic and who do, then they create rumors and all sort of crap information. They spread information, all sort of fake information. because people get nervous, they want to do that. Sometimes they think the government is lying to you. For example, zombie situation. You've seen a lot zombie situation in movies, zombie situation in movies. So then the government is trying to hide information, then, or the government don't want to know about things, so you are a citizen, you try to survive, so you try to, you tell other people what you think is true, this kind of thing. But in general, I think, okay, let me tell you what I think. When a zombie situation happens, like a giant crisis, epidemic or pandemic, when this kind of thing happens, your conspiracy theory usually are typically useless, like no use whatsoever, fucking ever. Okay, for example, right now there are so many people claim, even 3 months ago, people like to claim, oh, this is a China-made bioweapon, released by accident. Some people like to claim that. And now Chinese, there's a spokesperson of Chinese, they say, he spread the rumor. Actually, he never actually said it. He just implied it. That's how these people propaganda was. He implied, okay, he never actually claimed, but however, he implied that this is bioweapon made in USA. Somehow released by accident. So this crisis, actually there are a lot of things going on. The government, they are fighting each other, and they are all doing propaganda wars. They have huge amount of money. They throw billions of dollars into it, because this is propaganda war is one of the most critical warfare today. Okay, not the actual nuclear bomb or weapons. Those are still important, but you can't readily use them. So propaganda war is actually the most important warfare today. So the government, they are doing all sort of propaganda. You don't know. The thing about propaganda is that you don't even know you believe it. That's the point about propaganda. If oh, I believe this because it's a propaganda, my government told me. That's not propaganda. You believe something, but you don't think you just naturally believe. That's when propaganda works. Okay, so the government, United States and China, all the big powers, they spend billions, research, psychology. They know how to do propagandas. And also propaganda, the point of propaganda is that you want to control the massive population, not individuals. Okay, remember, propaganda usually does not work for thinkers. For example, propaganda comes to me, it does nothing. It stops because I think too much. So when you have false information, in generally speaking, if you think you are not likely to believe in superstitions or false information, because you can decide what is actually true or false. But that's not the purpose of propaganda. Propaganda is not going to target you. You are smart. Okay, you guys are smart. It's not going to target you guys, because it's gonna be ineffectual. But what it is actually effectual is the 90% of the population. The rest, not even 90%. Let's just say 50%. The rest of the population, it works on them. That's how propaganda works. So and so USA has been doing propaganda. I don't want to talk about too much about USA propaganda, because I'm American, okay, citizen wise, but my blood is Chinese, so it's a bit complicated. But anyway, so but as back to propaganda, majority of white Americans, they just believe USA or democracy, things like that. But if you are not, if you were not born in USA, you will have different opinions about it. And China today is also very powerful, so they are actually, I would say, fairly successful in propaganda. Okay, they are fairly successful. And So anyway, so you have this crisis. The big powers, U.S. government and China, they are fighting propaganda wars. That's one thing. The other thing is that I was saying that there are a lot of people who just believe conspiracy. They are prone to believe conspiracy theories, and my opinion is that usually it's useless. When a crisis happens, when some big giant zombie crisis or epidemic or pandemic happens, crisis situation, usually your conspiracy theories are useless. Okay, even if they are true. Okay, even if it is true that government lied. Okay, this is actually a bioweapon from China or maybe it's something else. Okay, even if that's true, your information is usually useless in the sense that it does not do anything to help you to survive. Okay, it might help you for a month. And also a lot of people, they try to prep, the meme called preppers. They try to buy stuff, that doesn't and also people try to buy guns, especially Americans, the white Americans, the white right wingers, they like to buy guns. It doesn't usually it doesn't help. Okay, if it's a big crisis, people are going to die, you are going to die too. Okay, you have guns, maybe you'll survive for one more month typically. uh, yeah, so I don't, in general, I don't believe in propaganda stuff, or I mean conspiracy theory stuff. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you guys. So thank you, Alan, again, our in-house. Oh, wait, Alan's artwork, our artist. So well, we have this one is by Drop of Serenity. So that's me, and this one is by Alan, Captain Alan, and Captain Alan, by request, has drawn a bunch of facial expressions. So I think drawing, one of the most difficult thing about drawing is facial expressions, because human emotions, the facial expressions, they are minute. They say human face has thousands of muscles. You can detect. That's how you can detect smile. Like when you take a photo, you say smile in your passport photo or driver's license. Those are fake smiles. Fake smiles is different from genuine smiles. You can tell. The reason you can tell, because those two facial expressions are actually different. Okay, because some muscles are not moving, some muscles are moving. Fake smile and genuine smile, you can tell the difference. Every normal person can tell. The reason you can tell, because they are actually different. So facial expression is very intricate, and I think it's a difficult thing to master, to draw them. So that's why I asked Alan to draw it, and Alan drew them. Um, so that's very interesting. I was going to talk about another thing. Let's not. Then you have these funny comics, cat. Then we have let's wait. So I'm going to stop only anyway, 5 more minutes. Okay, so let me show you. Then we have this RSI Pepe, repetitive strain injury Pepe. This one is drew by Alan. What? Okay, RSI Pepe. I love this one. Because you can see the expression in the hand. Oh God, fuck, shit posting too much. Then you have this. Okay, this is an insider joke. Okay, this is an insider joke. We have this alien guy who does latex up to 20 hours a day. Now, if you are not in our Discord, then you wouldn't understand. And this is alien again. He's wearing the alien mask. All these are drawn by Alan. Then we have this Ripper guy from the institution. From the establishment, Ripper. And another insider joke. And here is Emily. Alan's impression of Emily. Alan, so have you actually ever seen Emily's face? I forgot to ask you that. So then we have this Ariran guy who is an Indian and who is posting a link dump every day in Discord. He just dump links. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye. So let me add, so that's it for today. So let me just go over the chat, see what happens, see what we have here. So I don't think there's any evidence that this is a man-made virus. I think it's much more likely it was natural. Yeah, I think it's natural too. I'm just saying that people saying it's been proven that it was a man-made are idiots. Okay, show. Look, guys, I need a new Mac. Look at my CPU. It's all maxed out. And when I scroll, it doesn't move. Shit, I need equipment. Okay, thank you guys. I'll see you. When's the next one? I don't know. Maybe I can start to do it regularly now, possibly. So maybe possibly tomorrow. Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, George. See you next time.